Hi, and welcome to Alaskan in the Philippines. Today I thought I'd address the idea that is Hua Hin just a place for old folks to go and die and retire and lay in the beach? That's kind of seems like what I hear on YouTube, all the comments and other people that talk about it. They say it's a slow town and it's good if you're retiring, slow life, and you can kick back there without too much excitement, and you give up a lot on the nightlife and all that, and it's just a quiet church town. But no, that ain't the fact from what I've seen. I should back up to what I had in Alaska first. In Alaska, where I lived in the village, in a native village in western Alaska, there was no restaurants at all, no anything to do. There was a gym, there was 2 small stores, and a post office and a gas station. That was it. There was no anything else. There was no fast food. You could buy the closest you get to fast food is a microwave burger at the AC store, and that just had a store. They did have a lot of the junk food. That's why diabetes is so rampant in the native villages. It's all full of junk food. All the meat was frozen when I would get it sent. It would have to be shipped into the stores frozen. So the only time we ever had fresh meat even was when we killed our own. We'd get moose, and that was fresh meat, and geese, that was fresh meat, and if we hunted it was fresh. But everything we got from the store, pork and beef and bacon and whatever, was always frozen. So I'm used to a very minimalist lifestyle. And then from there I went to 42 years of that, no restaurants unless I go to Anchorage once every year or 3, and that for a vacation and go back. But yeah, and then from there I retired, and I got to go to the Philippines, and I stayed in Dumaguete for almost 2 months, and that was great. I had malls and stores and restaurants, and I was really living good, and life was pretty good there. From my perspective, where I came from nothing to there. And Dumaguete's got a couple of small malls. They're pretty packed. The town is pretty crowded. For me, they say it's 100,000, 150,000, but I think it's more than that. It's pretty crowded. The traffic's pretty thick too, and the malls get really, really packed. So there's a lot of people, and my head's just on a swivel looking at all the strange people. I was used to my whole life most of my life knowing everybody I see every day. So to me, to even see strangers was cool. I still am. I'm amazed. I just people watch all the time. Hey, I don't know that person. That blows my mind. I'm used to everybody I know. So that's kind of different. So in my wonderment in the Philippines, it was great. And there's a bunch of restaurants to me, and that was great. And, we could go walk on the boulevard, and there was ice cream vendor down there, and the balut rows of tables will set up, and there's a lot of them that sell exclusively balut and tempura, and they just line up a bunch of tables, and there's about 30 of them all in a row, and a lot of people go there and they eat the balut, and they dip it in vinegars. It's different sauces and stuff. I like it. I eat it up whenever I'm there. But so that was the nightlife. The boulevard there was lit up so you could walk in there, and everybody does at night and in the early mornings. They do. But after at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, the downtown of Dumaguete rolls up. They got these metal gates. They roll them right down in front of all the storefronts, and they're locked, put a padlock on them, and they're locked up for the night. They close down. The town shuts down at about 6:30, 7. There's only some restaurants will stay open, and just a couple of bars there. There's not much of a nightlife that I ever saw, really. It was the walking on the boulevard that was everybody's biggest thrill. And there was bars, and I'm sure they do pack out on nights because there's so many people there now. It seems like it would be packed. But yeah, I thought that was pretty good. But still, at night you had to go home. There wasn't much to do for me anyway. I didn't do anything at night there at all. And then after that, I moved here to Hua Hin. And Hua Hin is it's less people than. It seems like less people than Dumaguete. Google says the population is 50,000, and it's a smaller town. It's one strip, actually, one big strip of city that goes up the beach of this giant beach that goes all the way up to Chan-Am, probably farther than that, Chatham. And it's just a giant beach with a strip of beach town. It's like a beach town, really, Thai, but it's full of food, restaurant choices, food stalls mostly, not really restaurants so much to speak. Everything's open air in Thailand. All the bars are open air mostly. You don't go into a bar. You're just walking into a covered, most of them are just covered. They're partially indoors for the rainy days, but they're always just covered outdoor bars, a lot of them. That's where everybody sits and drinks. Excuse me. But there's hundreds of them and hundreds of them. And from what I've seen in just my area where I'm hanging around, Soi 94, that is kind of a known bar area for expats. I'm on a side street off of that, a couple of blocks, and it's quiet here where I am. There's no bars right here at all. Oh yeah, actually on the other side of this building there is a bar. One bar, and then there's a Muay Thai boxing on the other side, or right next to that too. I don't hear the bar now that I moved onto this side of the building. There's no bar noise from that bar. I used to hear it from the other side when I was staying there, and I'd hear the Muay Thai boxers always hoo, hitting the bags and thumping the bags. I'd hear that from over there. But I'm on the other side now. I don't hear it at all. All I do is look out and see the horses and cows out here, and I got my tree, and there's birds and squirrels in it. Swamp over here where the mosquitoes are coming out and biting me at night. Probably going to get some sickness, yellow fever, but dengue probably. But it's nice. Yeah, but the nightlife here, you can go out at night. It's all over. The bars are really cranking. It's not an old folks town, not at all. You could be out and just hitting restaurants, bars. They have a walking street here. I bumped into it in the daytime. I discovered it down there. I've never been to it at night, but I seen they got the big sign right over the street, walking street. So there's a walking street in Hua Hin. You know, I'm telling you, if you've got an alcohol problem or you wanted to be a drunk, this would probably be a great place to be, because it's rows and rows and rows of bar, open air drinking establishments. I never see them too wild or anything, but I'm sure they're always got a lot of girls hanging out, and there's Thai women all over these bars hanging around. I don't know I'm sure they're working there too. But if you were a young guy and you wanted to have fun at a town, I would think, and Hua Hin's safe too to drive. I see a lot of the young tourists here, they're driving around and they jump right on these bikes because it's pretty safe and they can drive around. The traffic ain't bad at all. So that's another thing. It's pretty easy. But then the nightlife, it's like I say, you go walking around out here and you hear bands all over. This bar's got a band. This guy's, there's plenty of nightlife. If you were a young guy, and this wouldn't be just a retirement center. It just so happens that a lot of people do retire here. A lot of European and Western people do retire here, so it's got a lot of retired old people. You're walking around, you're seeing a lot of retired foreigners, many more foreigners than I was seeing in the Philippines that are here. It's a lot. Some days I see just as many Thais as foreigners almost in certain areas, especially right in the bar areas. That's where all the expats are hanging out. I don't go there. I walk through there. I pass it on my way to the beach, usually in the morning when there's nobody there. And then if I go to 7-Eleven at night, I can check it out if just walking up. I get food right at one of the food carts there. The guy cooks me chicken on this. He hasn't been there in a while. I miss his chicken already that made the good sauce. He hasn't been there, but I've been checking. I go up to 7-Eleven, and that's right up on Soi 94, and that's the whole row of strip of bars there. There's more than that, but I can see a whole strip of open air bars right there. And it's usually hopping. It's even 7 o'clock. So if you were into a nightlife and wanted to go out partying in Hua Hin, I think it'd probably be safer and funner here than it would be in like Bangkok or somewhere. I don't know. Pattaya might be fun, but that's too wild for me. I haven't been there. I don't know. Maybe it's really cool, but I think you could scratch every itch you wanted here before you had to go there. And here the water's a little cleaner, I hear, than the Pattaya. And you know, when I got off the plane and was coming to getting a bus ticket downstairs in the Bangkok airport, there's a line for Pattaya and a line for Hua Hin. And I was we got in the Hua Hin line, but the whole Pattaya line strung down all the way down the hall. And it was a lot of Indians, I noticed, mostly Indian. That maybe that flight just came in, but a lot of Indians from India were in that line. It was just strung down. I think they just opened India recently to give them an open visa when they land, visa on arrival. Maybe that was why. But yeah, I was glad at the time I was going to Hua Hin, and so that just shows you that Pattaya is very, very crowded. Must be. Maybe it's a small, cool town too. I don't know. I haven't been there, and I'll probably see it sometime. But for me, those that say that Hua Hin is just an old place for old folks to go retire and die, I think not. I think if I was a vacationer, this has got a rocking place. There's a lot of young nightlife around here. A lot of young people. The Thai women, they're all young. A lot of young men around. I see some young tourists too, and families. I see families coming here. So it's an all-around place to visit. And I'm saying if you wanted to be lost in Bangkok, go ahead. I've been there just a week. I didn't leave too far from the hotel I was staying at because it's just too mind-boggling. Actually, I did. I went down some one district. It was pretty intense. I went to some nice malls downtown there in Bangkok too. I don't even remember what they were, but they were huge. I would have got lost if I didn't have that girl with me. So yeah, she brought me to Nana to show me that too. I saw Nana. We stayed down there, had a few drinks in one of the bars. I forget what, the Hillary. Had a few drinks in the Hillary. That place was really hopping, crazy, wild place. Crazy, wild place. That was my first trip to Asia that time. And I walked into the bar. I went into the bathroom. I came around the corner. There was a corner to come around the bathroom. And I came around the corner and there was a lady standing there. And I freaked out and I thought I went into the women's bathroom. So I whipped around real quick and I banged heads. Actually headbutted another guy that was right behind me, just smacked him in the head, and we both almost knocked out. I was like, wow, I'm sorry. And I looked, and it was the first time I ever seen women. They have women maids in Asia in the men's bathroom. I'd never seen it before I thought I accidentally went into the women's bathroom, but that's just an odd side story to that. But anyway, yeah, back to Hua Hin. I would say that if you're wanted some nightlife and coming here, maybe the low season's pretty slow, but I was here at the tail end of the low season, and there's just so much. You're spoiled for choices. If this bar's dead, go to another bar if you wanted nightlife. And my God, all the massage parlors and everything there, I don't know, they do everything you probably need done massage-wise and other things too. I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but there's a lot of massage places here too. And then plus a walking street, plus a nice beach, plus beautiful women all over, and good infrastructure, good malls. I wouldn't hesitate one bit to blow past Bangkok, blow past Pattaya, and come right here if you're a vacation or retirement. I would give it a look for sure if I was you. But anyway, I thought I'd dispel the myth that Hua Hin is just an old folks retirement home. Although there is a lot of old people here, there's a lot of young people here, and it's a vibrant, state-of-the-art city. I think it's nice, really nice. Well, anyway, hope you learned something. If not, you get your money back. Thanks, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.